Okay, so today is Sunday, so kind of been following along with me today. So mainly on Sundays I try to prepare for the whole week, and then I go meet with a friend and lift. But today is really just trying to get clean, meal prep, and try to get my life in order before the entire week of chaos, where I have a hard time keeping up with everything just because I'm not home most of the day. So today I'm going to go through and meal prep, have a breakfast. Thank you. Have breakfast. I'm gonna go through and put everything away because we're kind of just all over the place. So, but put everything away, and then I'm gonna pick out my outfits for the entire week so that way I can just pick them up when I get home in the evening, put them in my bag, and then go from there. So you'll get to follow me with that. So I'm gonna keep going. Catch y'all in a bit. Bye. I really love this cup. I really do. Good morning, and now we have moved on from breakfast to meal prep. So right now I went ahead and browned some ground beef, 93.7. I'm going to split it into 4 servings, and then I'm going to prepare it for my meals this week. So I like to do a taco-like mix for the most part. That seems to be always my go-to. So I'll go ahead and put all the meat in there. I'll throw some cheese. I have some refried beans, and then I'll throw in some vegetables. I've got some green beans to put in there just to make sure I get the balance, and I'll also throw in some salsa and avocado if I have any to kind of create that balance. So that way we can go from there. And then on the 2 days that I am home late because I have class in the evening, I've got to make about 2 more meals, so that way I'll have enough once I get done with work, get through my workout, and also so that way after my workout I'll have something to eat before I go to class. So usually in the mornings I get up about 4:30, and I have a cup of coffee and a Jimmy Dean breakfast sandwich, and then I go into school and I volunteer in strength and conditioning, and then about 7:30, 7:45 I finish up and I go to work, change clothes, I eat again depending on what I want that morning. Lately it's been another breakfast sandwich or some form of protein and a carb source, just because I'm just really hungry after being up for almost 3.5, 4 hours at that point. And then I have lunch, and then I have a meal about 3:30 to prepare for my workout, especially on Mondays and Wednesdays, which are my workout days during the week, except for Friday and Saturday. And then I'll lift from 5:30 to 6:30, go back to my office, eat, and then I have class at 7. So I kind of have to prepare meals for the whole day since I'm not home almost the entire day. So we're gonna go on from there and keep trucking. Next meal, some grilled chicken. I pulled all the skin off of it, a banana, and some of these veggies. It's kind of a weird pre-workout meal, but you know, whatever. Sometimes you just gotta eat what you want. Okay, catch you on a bit. Now we're going to lock and load, do our workout. I was supposed to do deadlifts yesterday. They did not go very well. My mechanics were off. Everything felt really heavy. And once I got to the block pulls, it felt like I was having to severely round my back to accomplish it, and my back started to get tight. So I just decided I was going to stop at that point and not risk getting hurt. I had a severe back strain about March this year, to the point where I had to go to the chiropractor and the massage therapist to be able to even just sit upright, to be able to lay down. It took me out for about a week. It was absolutely miserable. So I'm just trying to make sure I'm listening to my body and take care of it, so that way that doesn't happen again. But today we're gonna try and knock out the lift I was supposed to do, actually yesterday, sorry, deadlifts were on Friday. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to knock out what I was supposed to do yesterday, because I took yesterday as a rest day. See how I feel from there, and then if I feel any better, I may try the deadlifts again, just to kind of see if maybe Friday was just a fluke and it was just an off day. Just see if there's any improvement. I was really, really disappointed and very bummed out by it, but I just reminded myself, and my husband told me this too, that there are going to be days when you just have to listen to your body and just know sometimes it's just not worth to push. Now, there are days when your body feels fine, but you're mentally just not all there. And sometimes you just have to push on those days, but it was to the point where my body was just almost like breaking down, to where it could not achieve the required form to do that. And even when I bumped down the weight, it did not seem to want to function. So I just decided it was just safer to just stop at that point and try again later and go home and rest, and I'm really glad I did. So today we are gonna snatch, and which it's like doing hand-to-hand combat. That's doing hand-to-hand combat. That's ridiculous. But that's the only way we're gonna get better, is by doing it. So we're gonna do that. We have overhead squats, which are not bad, push presses, PENDALY rounds, kettlebell one-handed power cleans, and then dips with the red band. We're trying to incorporate some more Olympic movements in my strength programs, because there's something that I'm really interested in and being able to perform. So we're gonna work on that today. And then also, in addition, I like to have a pre-workout, and this has been mine. It's triple shot espresso over ice. Today was with non-fat milk, but you can, and sometimes I switch between heavy cream and half and half. I threw some half and half on this today, but I like this pretty well. It's got a good flavor to it. The Rossetto shots have a chocolatey flavor to them. If you ever want to order this, order it in the Starbucks app, and go in and go to the Tripio Espresso, and then make it Rossetto and add that. So it's like an iced latte is what it comes out to be, but it's about $1.50 cheaper if you order it this way versus going in and doing a triple shot latte. So it saves you money over the long term. And then I use my Starbucks gift card / app to save stars and, you know, save money and be able to use the rewards. That's kind of a luxury thing. I don't get to have that very often, but I enjoy it. So that's my preferred pre-workout. So we're gonna go get the gym bag with my weightlifting shoes. We're gonna work with my friend today. I don't think I'm gonna film her because I don't think she feels quite comfortable with that yet, but I'll definitely get some of my workout. So I'll catch y'all in a bit. Bye. Guys, we're on to the next meal. We're home from school and the gym. So I had some Mediterranean pasta salad. Sorry I didn't make it. I was starving, and now we're gonna have 3 eggs. So with the squishy centers. By the way, that is an acquired cooking talent. I have never been able to cook eggs well besides for scrambled. So we're making it. So we're gonna eat that. Probably gonna have a little bit more. I was a little low on protein today so far. Maybe throw in a protein shake. Posted some stuff on Poshmark, so I'm gonna eat this. I've got to study till I go to bed, 8:30 or 9, because I gotta be up at 4:30. But I'll catch y'all in the next clip. Protein of choice today. I have coconut. I'm gonna throw it in my shaker. Pretty decent nutrient profile. 27 gram protein, half gram fat, 1 carb. Not too strong of a taste, which I wish it was, but that's okay. Still tastes better than most of it. So I'm gonna have this. Touch base with you guys in a bit. This is really good if anybody ever asked. Macros aren't too bad. I don't think you can read them. 0 fat, 29 carb, and 0 protein. I didn't eat it all, but I ate till I was full, and that's what matters. But now I'm satisfied, so we're gonna keep trucking. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I believe this is gonna be the end of the vlog. Thank you for coming along with me. I'm just going to go clean up, take a shower, finish making the bed since I washed the sheets today. I'm gonna post some stuff on Poshmark. Even though I already posted some more stuff, now I gotta post even more. Then I'm gonna clean up, make my bed, do some homework, and then I'm gonna crash. But that's how I spend my Sunday, getting ready for the rest of the week. I try to maximize my time as best I can. I try not to sleep in too much, but I do try to get some rest. So that way I don't waste all the extra time that I have that is not pre-allocated to other functions. Not that I don't love those other functions, but it's really hard to go get your groceries, fuel, run to the store, you name it, when you leave at 4:30 and you get home at 10. It just, sometimes that just does not work out very well. So you gotta sometimes just really be focused and then be mindful of the time you have available so that way you can get the job done. Now, this did not happen overnight. I had to really learn how to say no to opportunities, but also to say yes to things that would build me up and make me a better person or better in my craft over time. Definitely wasn't easy. I can be very tender-hearted, so that can sometimes work against me. But I also know that if I'm ever going to achieve the things that I want to do in life so that I can help people, I'm going to have to say no to a couple things just as much as I'm going to have to say yes. But that's how I spend my Sunday. Please let me know if you like this video. Leave a comment below so that way I can get some feedback and improve. I don't know why I do this. I don't really care for the face thing, but hey, whatever. But hey, what about this Whoville Pebbles hair? I think it's pretty awesome. So, y'all have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.